Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to History Nerd 1944. I don't know if that channel's name is going to stay for much longer. Now you may be wondering to yourself, Jake, what the hell is a derby car? Well, essentially, it's a car that I'm going to be running in the demolition derby and the figure 8 derby at my local fair. They publish a book with all these specifications that you have to have in your car to be able to race, obviously for safety of you and others. There is a lot of work actually involved in meeting these specifications. For example, you have to have the gas tank and the battery behind the driver's seat. That involves going through the firewall, among other different things. Well, the doors, all the glass taken out of the windows and doors, all airbags removed, etc., etc., etc. You get the point. We're going to be turning this $500 hunk of junk essentially into a race car. Smash. Because nothing screams American and wasting income rather than taking a car and smashing it to pieces. This is my 1998 Chevy Lumina. I bought for a whopping $500. Woohoo! But I am going to work on that today, but first I gotta work on my actual truck. Which in this, I gotta do oil change, I gotta change the battery, and flush out and change the coolant, which I gotta do oil change and coolant for that car. Yeah, my con kind of took off the rear bumper. So what we gotta do here today is we gotta change this battery. It's a little bit old. I don't actually know how old it is. Then we gotta change the oil, and then we gotta change the coolant. Getting everything ready for winter, because winter in Michigan can be a bitch, and I don't know if the antifreeze in this thing is good. It was in Ohio, so it's like 50-50 if it was good or not. And oil, just need an oil change. And it's starting to start hard, and I think it's the battery. Battery's the cheapest thing to have fixed, and it's easiest. That needs pretty much to happen anyway, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that first, then I'm gonna change the oil, and then I'm gonna drain and change the coolant. All right. So I'm going to start by replacing the battery today. Now, take the negative off for the positive. You want to know how I remember that, Colin? The negative is a lazy fucking bastard who's the first one to leave on Friday and he's the last one to show up Monday.
Those are good.
That's a good analogy, isn't it? All right. There. All right. Now that we are completely disconnected, pull. Not pull the battery out. Oh no, I gotta redo that. Okay. There's a battery clamp right there. I gotta take off. That little battery tiny clamp down there? Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. Kind of hard to take that off when that's holding on. That's been a long time. Alright, I got that part off. Oh, fuck me. Goes on in. Oh. Got super loud. It's going to die real hard. Like the movie. Ooh. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Alright. So I'm just gonna quickly... Unfortunately, I cannot locate my battery terminal cleaner, which is whatever. So I'm just gonna take this rag and just throw it in here. I'm gonna put the wedge in first. That's smart. Here. So that's in, that's secured. Now we put our battery terminal back on. Give me that. Flip that. So actually on these ratchets, there's some people that kind of just like crank it and like they just figure out. It's actually opposite.
Oh my god! Wow!
So like this is tightened, that's loosened. Well, there's some people I know who don't know that.
We have very stupid people.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's solid. All right. fold that bad boy, fold that bad girl down. And then I gotta do the other connection here. Alright, there you go. Alright, now the battery is in and it is secure. We'll try it and see if this engine runs. I hope it does, or else I'm going to cry. Oh yeah, boy! Alright, so now we gotta change the oil. The oil thing is all the way in here. But I have a nice handy dandy little thing. This thingy is like a tube on it. And this is probably something you would find at your average college dormitorium. Isn't that right, Colin?
Say what?
Average college dormitorium? Yeah.
Oh,
I would say that's the average college dormitorium.
I'll say you can find that at probably every single college dorm.
Yeah. Now for oil, a lot of people do a lot of different things. I do every 3,000 miles for an oil change, which is on the extreme low end. Some people do 11,000, which is the extreme high end. People like my boss, they do it a lot. But the engine oil is a good amount. It takes about 6 quarts, which is I got sitting back there. Take this off to provide a space for air to get into the engine. Which you could do with the dipstick, but I'll just go do the big way, because why the f not? Alright, let's see if I can do this with one hand. That tends to be the wrong direction. Alright. There we go. Alright, so I got oil change in the engine, battery is in, now I just gotta go get the coolant. I decided not to record finishing getting the oil change because fuck ups, and I don't like fuck ups. So now I'm gonna go get this coolant changed. Probably won't record that because I don't want to fuck up, of course. Alright, so this truck was done. Got the coolant change, got the oil change, got the battery in. Done with this for the day. Now I gotta work on that mother. You're an asshole, Colin. What? You. You too. Okay. That's kind of weird, bro. All right, so now that my truck's done, I'm gonna start to work on this fucking piece of shit. I don't like this car. It's painful to look at. It hurts my soul. Yeah, because I can just do fucking that. There's a new dent. Okay, I really kicked it, actually. So, what I gotta do, I gotta change the coolant on this. I gotta change the oil on this. And nothing too crazy. I just want to get this thing ready for winter. And then, hopefully... Huzzah! And hopefully, look in here, I can get the carpet stripped, that seat taken out and gotten rid of. And hopefully...
Get the carpets match the drapes. I told you that was wrong.
The carpet matches the drapes, but the drapes are covered in dog shit. I was going to say something else, but I decided not to. So, get all this carpet out, get the interior stripped, get the top thing taken out, and that fucking light, light. Yeah, just get all this plastic out. Just gonna get the interior stripped. I have cut. What? My God, I'm gonna have to do so much editing because of your stupid shit. Don't, Colin. Seriously, don't. That's something I actually want to keep intact. Now, see that tail light over there? Go ahead. I'm gonna. Colin, you break my tail, I'm gonna break your
What? What's on there that you can break?
you got a point. Don't break my taillight, Colin. Colin, do not break my taillight. Don't ask what happened to that taillight though. All right. But that's Colin's old passenger seat. Hopefully I can get that over here, and if I can get that over here, get the holes drilled, get the holes tapped. Oh, what the fuck did that bee go? Hopefully I can get holes tapped and drilled for that seat if I need to. I don't know if I need to, but that would be next step after I get this carpet out. But I'm gonna go eat lunch. I'm fucking hungry.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so I have a slight problem. I'm gonna put that dent in there, like, back from lunch. I'm gonna put that dent in there. Well, I can't open my door now.
When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
Shot.
I don't think that's supposed to do that.
Let's see if it opens. Colin, that's gonna be a piece that's gonna be coming off. All right, I think I got it. Oh yeah, like it never even happened. All right, so now it was time to change the oil on the derby car, which can't be that hard, right? I mean, it's just a bolt underneath the oil pan. Well, apparently the last people that changed the oil must have either cross-threaded the absolute hell out of this nut, or they put some oil stop leak or something in there and it welded the freaking nut to the stupid pan. I tried every single tool I had to get this thing off. I used an entire can of WD-40 to try to get this stupid bolt out, but nothing would work. So it was time for plan B. Taking an electric pump, taking a small plastic hose and shoving it down the oil fill opening. Then using said pump to pump as much oil as we could out. And then it was as simple as getting the stupid oil filter off, which definitely wasn't hard at all.
I got the oil filter on. It's been 3
Then
hours.
after that, you just had to fill it up with oil and it was good to go.
I got the new oil filter on. Thank God. I'm not recording much because my phone is almost kaput. But now I'm gonna check the oil levels in this thing, and I'm gonna put 2-3 quarts in it probably, and then see what it's at.
So after we got done doing the oil change, me and my friend went to go put the cars away where we were having a little bit of fun, and I think I'll just let the clip explain itself.
Colin, come here. I want you to come here and explain what the f happened.
I was watching my cop shows, and they always pit someone. So I was going for the pit. My bumper ripped off his bumper.
Dude, you know, I just realized that's actually my bumper. Like, that is my frame bumper.
Shit.
That is my frame bumper. That's something that's supposed to be attached.
Yeah. Well, thank God we tested it.
It was held on by zip ties. Are you kidding me? It was held on by 2 fucking zip ties. You.
Hey, we tested it though.
Yeah, but Einstein, I'm supposed to have a bumper.
Oh, that's what the dump station was on. Sorry, he did say it is rusty.
He did.
Yeah, I told
But I'm afraid I lost $500 here. I'm being afraid.
Go ahead and junkyard.
Yeah.
Just take a grinder to the junkyard and just take one off of some other car.
It was held on by zip ties.
Yeah, so it had to come off anyway. So
Yeah. It was gonna come off.
I mean, these little backyard demos are, you know, a test.
We're done. We have an actually good car than my $500 piece of shit. Doesn't have a fucking bumper anymore. Oil changes fucking suck on it. Never buy a Lumina kit. Never buy a fucking Chevy. All right, Chevys. Anything GM makes. Dodge make. Which I got my truck done. My truck's nice. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Did I waste $500 and countless hours of my time? Is this car even worth continuing work on? Did I screw up? Find out next time on Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to HN Builds. That asshole's gonna fucking ram my ass. Uh-oh. What am I dragging? Hey, that part that's dragging. I guess maybe I got a wheel rub?
You think?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking more so that. I should probably cut that with a grinder. Alright, so my plan for today is to get that seat put there. Fuck you. But to get the front seat there, I gotta get the carpet out. To get the carpet out, I have to get this plastic all out from here and around here. Then I can get the carpet out. Then I can get the holes. Hopefully these holes here, here, there, and there are good to be able to put that seat in, because this is a different car seat, completely different making, completely different model of car. Hopefully the bolts will line up. If not, I gotta drill and I gotta tap new holes. First, I gotta get the plastic out, so. Yippee-ki-yay. To break or not to break? That is the question. Pow, there we go. That's making some progress now, boy. Still you, brother. That part's out. Alright, so we got this all plastic out. We got the plastic that runs up there out. Now we just gotta get seat belt threaded through that. I'm just thinking I'm just gonna cut that with my knife. There. Got that out.
I don't hear her ripping over there. What's going on? Now I hear it.
God damn, what the fuck is this bolt? Fuck is this goddamn bolt? Not making any fucking progress with the ratchet. Oh, yep. I got a lot done. That's good. So I got the carpet started coming out. Got all the plastic removed. I'm around that bolt, so that's that bolt right there, so that's good. Now I just gotta get this stuff out temporarily so I can get the carpet out. And maybe I can get the headliner out today too. That'd be actually be really cool. Alright, so now we got the seats out. Now we just gotta start getting the carpet out. That's fun. A roll. I like it. Alright, so I got the carpet. Good amount of it rolled up. Now I just need to get the trunk release taken out. Just gotta hook that back together. that still works. I don't want that. So I got the trunk. This thing, it works still. You can hear that noise. I got that all exposed. So now I just gotta take carpet out around the hood release. All right, so we got that around the brake pedal cut, not the hood release cut. Hell yeah. Well, carpet's pretty much out, but it's a pretty big hole. I'm not gonna lie. Did your mama raise a helicopter?
Helicopter, helicopter.
All right, so kind of got a big hole. I'm gonna hope I can weld a piece of sheet metal, just bend a piece of sheet metal down and around all this so that I don't accidentally stick my fucking foot through a hole in the floor. But if I can't, because the rules are a little bit funky with the demo derby, they don't want sheet metal on the exterior of the car. I don't know if they're okay with the metal on the interior of the car. I'd have to call and ask if it's okay if you have it on the interior. This is part of the interior, and they don't want it on the exterior, which is understandable. Got all the carpet ripped out. I'm gonna try to start working on the top carpet. I don't know what the fuck it's called, upholstery. I assume to do that, I have to take the plastic along here and do some of the dash out. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. So actually, I just pulled some of it out. The plastic along there is just like it's tacked in, kind of. It's like a little Lego, it just clips in like that. So that's cool. I don't got to worry about that. That's real nice and fun. I just got to take those screws out of here. There's probably some screws over there I had to take out, and then take out that other piece of plastic, and then it should come right off. That's actually really easy to come out. It's off. I'm just gonna pull that out. Oh, boom! That was easy. And honestly, as far as I know, oh, I got that light in the middle. I still got that. Have to fish that back through a hole. And the headliner falls right out. Huh. That's connected. That sure shit is actually really interesting. I've actually never seen that part of a car before. The headliner is out. Yay. Along with the headliner, most of the interior is stripped. I think I'm gonna go back, take this, throw this in the garbage, throw all that stuff in my dump trailer, headliner, and then I'll be back out. So I got all the carpet and everything cleaned out. So I have a nice, lovely, clean-ish, kinda, area to start working in. But I threw out the rear bumper. It's a lost cause to even try to put something that rusty back on. Just not even gonna worry about it. I'm gonna hopefully find a bumper that's close to it in the junkyard. I'm gonna go back up there. Apparently that still works. Gonna actually get the rear seat belts completely gone, and then probably pull up some of this. I can do that right now, actually. Take out these AC ducts like that. Take that right out. Throw that in garbage, and then I'm gonna start hopefully figuring out putting that seat in. That would be really, really nice, having not to sit on the floorboards anymore. But I think I want to try to get the radio and everything out first before I do that. All right, so now I gotta take the bolts out for the glove box. This is gonna be the next thing I'm gonna try to get out. Got the glove box out. I'm gonna just undo this wire. Figure out how to get this. Out of there. I got a better look at you. Could just hack it right off, to be honest with you. Come on, man. Problem solved. All right, so we got quite a bit of the dash torn out. I'm thinking I want to get my seat in here. That's what I 100% want to get done today. Dash can wait. It will be a little bit more of a pain in the butt to get the dash done, but I think I can do it. Hopefully it's not too much of a pain in the ass, but you know, my own decisions, that'll reap the consequences of my own decisions. So I'm going to pause on the dash. I'm going to start. I'm going to get a shot back out. I'm going to sweep all this shit, as much of this shit up I can, because it is fucking nasty in here. And then I'll get that seat, figure out what holes I have to drill. I assume I have to drill holes. And then, yeah, we'll see what we do from there.
All right, on my side of this, I am just getting the back windshield out with this rubber stuff. It's a pain in the butt, but this is all I have left right here, like this little section, and then this. I got all that out, making a little bit of a mess, but that's what a shop vac is for. I have to get this out because this is stripped, so I took a grinder. I haven't finished with it yet, but I'm gonna grind that off. I still gotta get all that stuff out, but other than that, just interior wise is all I gotta do. And obviously get those speakers off and wire harness and stuff like that. And the inside of here, I'll show you. My battery is no good. I have to replace it, but we're putting it in the inside of it anyways. I got oil change done on it. We put antifreeze in it 2 weeks ago. Temperatures here in Michigan are getting colder, which I like, but I don't want my block to freeze up and stuff like that, because that'd be bad. And then spend $500 on nothing. Oh, let's get the interior swept out a little bit. A little not filthy. This handy dandy little DeWalt vacuum. Yes, I'm sure Milwaukee makes just as good of a vacuum. Some will say probably better, but I don't really care about tools. What brand? If they work and they work good, I'm happy. If they work like shit, I'm upset. So now, this is the seat I'm putting in there, but it's a passenger seat. So I gotta get rid of these seat belts because they're kind of on the wrong side. So I just have
one bolt here, and then I just gotta cut. It looks like I just have to cut a little bit out from here, and it should be able to come right out. There. All right. That one's out.
I tried way too many times. And whoa, good time. What are you talking about? I love it.
Huh?
What are you talking about? I love it.
God damn it, ladybugs, man. I mean, it's not as bad as mosquitoes, but holy crap. For this, I'm gonna actually do this a smart way to figure out if I need to drill new holes or not. I'm gonna actually measure from here to here. Then I'm gonna measure on the seat, and I'm gonna see if I need to drill new holes in the seat or in the floor. I'm gonna line this up with the center, and I'm gonna go to the center, and it's, say, 13 inches. Now I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna measure from right over there hole to, I believe it's that hole right there, 16. So I'm 3 inches too long on here. Well, this is gonna be fun. If I move that bolt 1.5 inches, which would put me right here, and then if I can move that bolt 1.5 inches as well, that would put me right there. That'd be too close to that. I guess I should have set the entire thing in here and just remark it. Alright, so that's not gonna fucking work. That's all the way over there, and I'm pretty sure I'm hanging off. And just as I predicted, I'm hanging off. I can't get rid of that. That's a ground to something, and I don't want to find out what that something is. If I find out what that something is, and that's an important something, then I'm gonna have a something problem. I got a new idea now. So how I get these rails out is pretty much by cutting them. But if I take these screws out here, and then there's 2 in the bottom as well, this entire thing would come out. Maybe I could replace it with the rails from my old seat. Okay, one side's off. We gotta keep on turning it to the left. We can't go right because we gotta turn it to the left. And that's finally done. Alright, so we got all this taken apart on this one. Now we gotta go over to that other one. We gotta do the same thing. Alright, so I got this part out from underneath the seat. Now I just gotta find a way to get it on there, which this little bracket thing here is in the way. So I'm gonna take a grinder. I'm gonna grind out these rivets, and then hopefully it'll come right apart. Alright, so I have holes marked here, 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 and here. And I gotta drill them out so I can get that bottom part mounted. That's one of them. It's one down, 3 to go. So unfortunately, after that last clip, my phone ended up dying. But we didn't really do much after that. Pretty much all we did was we got everything cleaned up. I figured out I'm gonna have to weld the slide to the seat. I just can't get the holes to line up and have enough material to actually hold it, which is a little bit of a problem. So gonna weld that on. Hopefully it'll all work. It should all work. I don't know, famous last words, it should work. So I'll see you guys next time. Today was actually a really productive day for once. I'll see you all later. Peace. Back to history near 1944. We're working on the old demolition derby car again. I brought my seat up here because we're gonna be welding that hopefully today. That would be great. And then hopefully we can keep working on the dash, tearing stuff out of here. Gonna maybe, if I'm feeling a little confident, gonna try to tackle the airbags. I gotta disconnect the battery for that so I don't go kaboom. That tends to be appreciated. Oh, I need that seat in here. God dang. Oh. Tell you what, driving on these floorboards, it ain't comfortable. Hopefully we'll get that done today, because that's priority numero uno for me. Don't know what Colin's gonna be doing. I got that shit on camera. What are you working on your car?
I'll pipe up the jack back in.
Alright.
And then I brought my grinder.
Oh boy. You're gonna get that seat out?
Yeah. I'm gonna just get that seat out.
You gotta get the carpet out if I remember correctly.
Well, I gotta get the seat out to get the carpet.
Yeah.
So
But you gotta get the carpet. Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly grind it so I don't catch my car on fire.
Well, that solves the carpet problem.
True, but then all my and this little shit. And
True.
then I might grind that off. Really.
Oh, the bracket off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got all that dash pulled out. Yes, last week.
Stripping wise, it's just that. I'm done.
You're done stripping.
Other than the carpet.
Are you gonna keep that dash and everything?
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
Even though no gauges work, I just like having dashes.
It's fair. It's fair. It's looking good though.
Yeah, I probably should have taken that AC piece out, but.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna work on, we're gonna weld the seat together. It's priority numero uno. But to do that, we gotta grind all this metal down to bare metal, like that is. So my dad's going to get the wire wheel for a drill, and we're just gonna buzz all the rest off of there and up there. You can see I was trying to grind it with a different grinder. Didn't go as well. And then we're gonna get welding it. Pretty sure it's a MIG welder. I don't know shit about welding. I'm gonna get yelled at for, oh my god, your welds are so shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with welding. This is the second time I've ever welded in my life. I don't know where the first one ended up, but this is the second time I've welded, so it's gonna look bad. I'm just gonna say right now, it's gonna look bad. All right, so we got the seat. This thing welded onto the seat.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
I'm gonna be the first one to say my weld looks like shit. I am the first one to say that. I know they look horrible compared to the welders that actually know what the fuck they're doing. This is the second time I've only ever welded, but it's strong. It should hold. So now, gonna head back up to the front and gonna, it's kind of crooked. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go back up to the front and hopefully gonna be able to put this into the car, which will be awesome. We only had one fire when we were welding, so that's pretty good. Only burned a little bit, but the only downside is I ended up inhaling some very spicy chemical air, and I do not feel good all of a sudden. Hopefully she starts. All right, So now that the seat is cool to be able to touch and handle and all that, I'm gonna put it in here hopefully, and hopefully it'll fit. This is comfy. I'm glad I did all this work. Now I got a nice, really nice driver's seat. Way nicer than mine was. I mean, it's solid. So my welds aren't that bad. It holds. I don't know if the door closes yet. Let's find that out. Oh yeah, like it was meant to be. Oh, this is great. Now I just need to come and put my seat belt back in. I might just put it there. I probably should put it back where that goes in here. All right, so now let's get the seat belt put back in. I'm just thinking I'm gonna run from here. I could have run it from here, but nah. So I'm just gonna run it from here up to there. It should do the same thing. I know, famous last words, it should do the same thing. I'd rather have that one, I think. So I'm gonna cut that other one off so I don't have extra things flapping around. I don't like having. Oh yeah, boy. Yeah, buddy. How's your car going? That good, huh?
My car was going flawless
Until you had to get that carpet out.
until the driver's seat. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. It's funny, whenever I'm not having something go right, you're having everything go right. And when I'm having everything go right, you're having nothing go right.
I feel like you're gonna have a bunch more problems though.
In the future, yes. Alright, so now I'm going to try to get the airbags out. To safely get the airbags out, I have to disconnect the battery so I don't go kaboom in my face, which tends to be nice, not having shrapnel go into my eyes. Which to get to the battery, which is underneath here, I gotta take the washer fluid reservoir out, which is gonna suck. But take these 3 bolts out here. This should come off. I should be able to access this. I'm just gonna completely and totally get rid of the washer fluid reservoir. I don't need it. I will never need it, and it's garbage. And that's what I'm gonna do there. But first I gotta get these bolts out.
I haven't given it.
Okay, there you go. All right, battery is disconnected. All right, so stopped and had lunch. Pretty good lunch. And now, since Colin can't apparently figure out how to get his carpet out, he had to ask the geniusness of moi to help him. What? Okay, shut up. Just because that car is a piece of shit doesn't mean I'm stupid. Oh, sitting on this fucking metal.
Watch out for those screws. Pain in the ass, huh?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a one.
compare that to your oil change.
Huh?
If I compare that to your oil change.
This is easier than the oil change. Fuck you, Colin. That was easy as shit. That ain't shit, son. That ain't shit. I am the greatest of all time.
This is why.
I am the greatest. Are you not entertained?
No.
No. Asshole. I just got your carpet out. Yep, no problem. All right, so I got both the screws out up here and down here. My airbag, like it's supposed to, comes right on out. Now I just have to carefully. I tell you what, this is one part of this car that was designed pretty damn good. Haha, there we go. Airbags out. Awesome. That's done. I gotta tie that wire back up, but so it makes the horn go. All right, now I just gotta tackle the passenger side airbag. Okay, so now we're gonna now we got the driver's side airbag out. Now we're gonna get to work on the passenger side. Apparently, this thing's supposed to just pry up the cover. That is supposed to expose the passenger side airbag. There you go. Just like that. I got that. Some sort of mesh. That's supposed to hold that in. Cut that. Like it that. Now I got a new knee board for a while. Oh, that don't feel nice at all. Now the passenger's disconnected. Got the clip all done. It's all disconnected. IED number 2 is out. Cool. Alright, so now I'm gonna try to get a good old airbag sensor out. That's disconnected. And just like that, the airbag sensor's out. All of my airbag stuff is completely disconnected. That's good. Only thing I really have left is the cord that I'm not gonna cut because I'm afraid if I cut it, there's gonna be a short or something in the system that it will not like and it will have a problem. So I'm trying to cut as minimal cords as possible because I don't want to find out that something connects to something else and the car won't run if I cut that. The only things I have cut are the lights there and there. Those were running up to the mirror lights and the headliner lights. I gotta cut the back lights for the trunk. It's also I think they're like the brake lights. Those are only a couple things I'm gonna cut. But yeah, we got that out. Now I'm gonna try to get the radio out. All right, so now I'm gonna try to get this dash panel off. Don't really know how to do it. Oh, like that. There you go. Oops, that's broken. God dang, this plastic's weak. Alright, so I got that dash off. Now I just got to get the radio out. I would try to sell some of this stuff if it wasn't for the fact that all this shit is, it's just nasty. Like, look at how gross this radio is. I ain't gonna clean that up and sell it. There. The radio is out. That was fun. Okay, it's out. There we go. All right, so now that I'm done, I'm gonna be done working on the dash for today. I wanna get these seat belts because I still have the passenger side and the driver's side rear seat belts that I'll try to get rid of. All right, so that's out. That seat belt's done. So it's completely and totally out of here. I will have to get the speakers out. Might do that tonight. I don't know. It's getting pretty late. Probably should start cleaning up and getting things thrown out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get that seat belt out, and we'll be calling it a night. Ow. That feel really great when I bend those, so I don't do that again. All right, so I got that back seat belt out. It's getting later. I don't trip over that fucking rock, but we're gonna get things cleaned up. I went in here. I hooked the battery back up. We gotta jump it again because my car is garbage. Yeah, we got that hooked on. Then the coolant reservoir is trash. Sorry, coolant, not windshield washer reservoir. That another thing of garbage. Got a lot of garbage in there. Gonna get the tools put away. Airbags thrown in there. All right, I want to see if I can get in this thing.
Know what I should do? Selfie stick as you drive.
This is dumb. Weird motherfucker recording everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really, you're weird. You record everything. I don't know why you're recording, man.
I have a feeling what we're going to do over there.
Huh?
I have a feeling what we're going to do over there. I'm going to record.
Seatbelts, everyone. Please let this be a normal field trip.
With a friend? No way!
Did the one that had the least amount of work have the biggest problems? Yeah.
Oh, nothing. Check again. No, check it.
It's charging. It's charging. Did you seize the motor?
Why would I? How would I?
I don't know. Maybe it's just hot. We might have to work on it tomorrow. Here. Are you okay if you go into neutral and I give you a push over there?
Yeah.
I'll probably just back you up, all right? So you guys steer. I'll just push you with the front of... Yeah, I'm gonna push your hood down. Then we're gonna... It might just be... You might just be right. It might just overheated. I hear the starter.
That's me shifting.
Oh, is you shifting? All right. Yeah, when you crank it, the starter could have gone out.
I should be in neutral.
Yeah. Yours broke, dude. Yeah, that makes perfect sense for it to be dead by now. All right.
My gauges went kabooshy.
They lit up? Yeah, it's gas. It's gas. Stop.
Woo!
Yep, it's just gas. It just needs gas in it. So that does it for another really, really successful day on the Demolition Derby cars. It's, can't tell, it's a little bit dark out. So we're going to be wrapping it up. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to HN Builds. Today we're back working on the Derby cars. So our goal, well, my goal of the day is to get the headlights off, the bumper off, the inner heater core out, the tail lights, and the antenna off. And if I can get something else done, that'd be awesome, but I don't know. I don't even think I would be able to get all that done. So just a disclaimer, I was not feeling the best when I was recording this video, so this video is a little bit shorter and I didn't do as much in the video just because I was not feeling it. But of course, our first problem is we got to start it because he's been sitting for like 3 or 4 months. So this will be fun. Absolutely flawlessly. Now we just gotta start Collins. I'm pretty sure Collins didn't have any gas in it, but yeah. No. Gonna try to introduce Collins to a little bit of persuasion. Collins, the air intake's right there. So since the last episode, put a new bumper on since the old one was kind of it's pretty strong. It's good. We also figured out how much steel we're gonna need for the roll cage, and we went and got tire rims. So first thing I kind of want to start heading towards is getting the intercooler out so we have a hole in the firewall that we can run our fuel line and our electrical lines through, because the battery and the gas tank have to be inside the cab of the car. So to do that, I need to drain the coolant. Problem is, the fucking Einstein of an owner that previously owned this car put so much leak stop in the damn coolant that I cannot get the friggin' coolant to drain. We discovered that when we were trying to drain the coolant the first time to put actual coolant in so the engine block didn't freeze. So pretty much what I have to do is I have to cut the drain plug off the radiator, drain it that way, and then use JB Weld to weld that back up, since obviously this car is never going to be taken back up the fucking again because, well, it ain't going to be alive anymore. To make my life easier doing that, I'm gonna get rid of this bumper because I don't like hitting my head against the thing because it is a pain in the ass. Remember, the whistling diesel tattoo, go pull on it until it comes off. Works like a charm. And there's our bumper. It's off. So now I'm gonna try to get the headlights off. I think it should be just as simple as trying to pull them out. Right out. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're gonna get into draining out the coolant, which I decided rather than around with the drain cap, I'm just gonna undo this hose clamp, point at the bucket that's below it, and drain right into it. Okay, so now we got coolant drained. I put the line back on, so now we're gonna go start to around with the inside of the car in the heater core, which will be fun. Okay, so now we're underneath the dash inside the car. I think it's in here. I think the heater core is in here. So there's a couple of screws, one up here, one over there, and I think there's probably one on the other side that I gotta take out with this little panel. And that should give me access to the heater core. Okay, so that's the better look at the hole that I'm going to be using. I think it's enough to get, it's big enough to get the battery cables and the fuel line through. If not, I can just take a blowtorch or whatever and melt some of it out. It ain't that big of a deal. Sorry to interrupt the video. I just want to let you know that the store I've been trying to get up and running for the last couple of months is finally up and running. If you all want to check it out, that'd be awesome. I so far only have 2 products up, but there'll be more coming. If you guys want to support the channel, go over there. You can check out some of the stuff I got. If you don't want to spend money, which is understandable, and you still want to support the channel, if you could like and subscribe and leave a comment on this video, that actually helps out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. On with the rest of the video. Okay, so now that we got the heater core all situated, now I'm going to go try to get all this figured out on the window. Get this all sorted out, get the glass out, get all the wiring out, all that. So I've been looking at this thing for a while, and I think the only way I can get this out is by breaking the window. So, yay. So, to all the Chevy technicians and all the people that worked on this car, especially the one that designed this fucking door, go fuck yourself.
Nah, man, go fuck yourself.
I can't see you have to break a goddamn window to get that bar out because the gap in this top thing is too small for it. Bullshit. Since I got to break the glass in the windows, I decided I'm not going to be doing that today because I really don't feel like cleaning up broken glass today. So, another day, another problem for me. This freaking car is just starting to get pissed me off because it's like every single time I take a step forward, it feels like immediately after I take another step back, if not 2 steps back. And that's kind of a big step back, having to break the glass out, because I was hoping I wouldn't have to break it out. I would just be able to take, you know, a bolt or 2 out like you can on a Honda or something and just pop it right out. But nope, you get to break them because Chevy technicians are fucking brilliant. That's why I only drive Fords. So that being said, I'm going to start to work on these taillights as well. I don't know, maybe it will be a little bit less. The taillights, I think it's just these little screws that come off. Yeah, it comes right off. Okay, so now we got the taillights out. Now we're gonna get all this plastic stuff and reflector stuff moved off the trunk, which I don't think it should be too crazy. I think it's just the 4 bolts and the 2 lights, and it should pop right out. So, found a couple things I'm gonna get done for today. I'm gonna get this foam off on the car hood because we have to have a hole cut into the hood of the car. Obviously, in case there's a fire or something in the engine and need to quickly put it out, they can. And I'm also gonna be cutting this little piece of metal off that's all flappy and stuff. I'm probably just gonna cut it somewhere around in here, just saw it off because Colin ran into the damn thing and tore it up. This episode of the Derby Car series. I know it was a little bit of a shorter one, but we got a lot of stuff done. See you guys next time. Peace. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to H&N Builds. Today we're working on the Derby car again. If you can't tell by the intro, we are welding in the roll cage. We're pretty much just running a bar from just underneath the dash to the side post that runs back, then it runs back across behind the seat and to the other one we have welded as well on the same side. We already have one in, and we're just gonna go get the other one welded in. First thing we gotta do though is we gotta strip the paint from the little bit that's going to be welded on, because you can't weld through paint, surprisingly enough, if you do. So yeah, we're going to get the paint removed and then get welded. Okay, so got the passenger side all welded up in the front and the back, and I'm gonna take the shit out of it. It ain't going nowhere, so hopefully it won't go nowhere. Gonna put the seat up. I'm gonna put the seat up, get that other measure for the other bar, get that bar cut, and then get it welded in here. Let's do it. that is the last side all welded. Pretty freaking strong, which is what I want to see. They don't look nice. I ain't gonna paint them because what the point, but they're strong, so that's all I care about. And stand on them and be fine, so yep. All right, now time to fix the hole in the floor. So in here, got floor pan for, I don't know, I was gonna cut it down to fit that hole that we have on the floorboard. Should be fine to put that in the car, cut it down to what we need, get put in the car. Okay, so got the floor pan piece in. Now I'm just going to grind out the area around it because there's a bunch of this fireproof plastic shit in it. So I'm going to get that all ground off, a little bit ground off so I can get it welded in, and then get that all welded in. Okay, so I got the panel welded in up here. It's just tacked in, which is all I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna put water into the coolant so that the engine doesn't explode. I don't fry it. Yeah, then I'm gonna be done for today. But that's not gonna be the end of the episode. I'm gonna come back sometime this weekend. Hopefully get all these windows out that I've been wanting to get out. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. For you, it's gonna be a couple days for me. I'm just gonna get water in the coolant real quick, and I'll see you guys in a few seconds. All right, so it's been a couple days. Roll cage rusted a little bit, if you can see it in the back there. I think you can. Yeah, rusted a little bit. I'm going to paint that so it don't rust anymore. I'm gonna do that last today. First, I'm gonna get the windshields out. To do that, I have this little oscillating tool, if I can get it open. This little blade that goes in the fine tool has a little hook on it. That way, that can go on the inside of the windshield in here and cut the seal out of the window. I don't know how I'm gonna get this bottom to do it, but I think if I take this piece of plastic off, I'll be able to go up from the bottom in there and cut it. To do that, I gotta take this plastic off. To do that, I have to take the windshield wipers off. So yeah, let's start with that. All right, so I got one of the probably scariest and most badass looking tools put onto the oscillating little thing tool. And I'm just gonna go along the bottom of the windshield and try to get it cut loose on the bottom. Alright, so I went around with the oscillating tool all the way around the inside and the outside. Hopefully cut it all free. Now hopefully I can just push the window and get it almost all the way out. Okay, so my phone overheated, so I didn't catch what happened, but basically, I broke my tool. Great. So, I won't be getting the back windshield out today because I got to order a new something. Probably get a Sawzall blade or something, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna get the rest of this glass in the front taken all out. Then I'll go get a vacuum up the crap that fell into here, onto here, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna record that because it's hot and my phone's gonna overheat again. But yeah, just get the glass taken out. Pretty much it's the same shit you see me do all the way along the outside here. Then we're gonna start on the side glass.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, so now that we got all the glass all taken care of and cleaned up, and after getting my feels like mandatory injury all bandaged up, it's time to begin work on these side windows. I'm gonna start with this one that's already down. So basically, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to get this mirror off. I already pulled off the little pieces of trim that were along here. I'm gonna try to get this, I'm gonna take this mirror off. I got the trim pulled off so I can hopefully slide this window up. There's a couple of brackets in here. I don't know how well you can see them. In here and on here. I'm gonna try to cut those, and then hopefully I can slide this window right out without having to break the window or drill out those rivets. Now I just gotta replicate that 3 more times. Let's do it. Okay, and with that, all the windows except for that rear one are out of the car. I'll do that later sometime. Pretty honest work, you'll obviously be able to see when it's done. Just because I broke that one tool, I don't really feel like fucking around with it with the crappy tools. But yeah, now I'm gonna work on the front windshield. I want those 2 metal straps to be done next. That's gonna be my next goal to do. And I gotta clean up all this shit on the ground. Let's do it. Okay, so got my steel cut to 38 inches and I got it laid out where I'm going to want it. So now I'm going to mark out where I'm going to have the holes. Make sure we put marks on it so I know where everything goes. Yeah, do that. I got it marked with an X down here where I want the hole. Got it marked with an X down here where I want the hole to be. Got a line through it so I know where it all lines up. Same with up there and same on the other side. Now I'm going to go inside with these pieces of steel, drill those out on the drill press, then come back out here, take a normal drill and color like basically where the holes are on the frame, on the car itself, and then drill through with the other thing, with the regular drill to make the holes for the bolts to go in it. Okay, so now we're in the barn with the drill press to get these, to get the holes all drilled out. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be drilling them to a 1/2 inch in diameter hole for a 1/2 inch bolt, and that's what the rule book, I'm pretty sure, is what it requires. Obviously I'm going to clamp it down this time because the last time I didn't clamp it down, it didn't go too well. So clamp it down this time, be smart, even though I'm not. Yeah, I'm going to put WD-40 on the holes. I'm going to start off somewhere around probably around 1/8 or whatever I have closest to 1/8, and work my way up from there, because if you don't know, if you're trying to drill big ass holes through steel or wood, it's good to have a little bit of smaller holes to start and work your way up, so you're not trying to take out that much material with a big ass bit, because it's not going to cut through very well. So I'm gonna start at an 1/8, work our way up from there all the way up to a 1/2. Let's do it. They're all cut out and everything. I'm gonna go, I got some errands I gotta run in town. I gotta get some bolts for it, I gotta get some food, and gotta get gas. So I'll be back once those are done, and then we can get the holes drilled out for these on the car. So back from lunch. Now let's get these pieces of steel in. So to be able to do that, I'm gonna have a hole in here. To get that hole in here to have room on the bottom to get to it, I'm gonna have to take this piece of plastic out. So I gotta open up the hood. I think there's just a bolt in here, and then I'll just pull whatever the fuck else is underneath here, pull it right on out, and it should work good. Okay, so I got the piece of plastic out of here. I'm gonna have to get all that swept up again. But now I have access to be able to get in here and do what I need to do to get this drilled. So I'm gonna set the steel onto here, mark out on each one where the holes are so I can get them drilled. All right, so now I'm gonna get the roll cage and these bars painted just with the gray paint, just to make sure they don't rust out and crap. And that's gonna be all for today. So I will see all you guys later. I'll finish the video with the time lapse me painting, I guess. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to HN Builds. Today we're back working on the derby car. I believe this is going to be part 6. As you can see by the intro, we started off today by cutting a hole into the hood of the derby car. As per regulations, you have to have a hole in the hood because in case there's a fire inside of the engine, it has to be able to be doused pretty quickly, not to fuck around the hood. Completely understandable. So that's been cut. Now we have a lot of stuff we got to do today. We're going to start off with the electrical system. Per regulations, the battery has to be mounted in the passenger seat of the car. Now, I probably would have been smarter to get a milk crate and just put the battery in the milk crate and secure it that way. But me and my infinite wisdom decided I wanted to weld some more. So I have a steel lentil here, and we're going to make a battery box. I'm pretty much going to cut 4 pieces out of this piece of steel, weld it together in a square, put the battery in the square, take a piece of HVAC mounting cable, and just stretch it over the battery, make sure it's all taut and secured down. Run a couple bolts in each of the corners of this box, secure it to the floor. Battery box. It's a pretty dumbass idea. Why couldn't I just use a milk carton and save like 50 bucks? I don't know. But apparently I want to over-engineer the shit out of this thing for no apparent reason. So that's what we're going to be doing. I got steel cut out and I kind of got it laid out for what I'm going to end up doing with it. Decided to kind of take it a little bit of a lazier way than, well, a lazier way. There's no other way to put it. Rather than cutting out the steel in squares and stuff in the corners, I'm basically just gonna line it, put it on the top, and then put those two on the bottom and weld them all together. I know it's a lazier way to do it, but it is quicker, cheaper, easier, whatever the fuck you got. All the things. It's a better way to do it. It's a quicker way to do it. Don't want to fuck around with this for super duper long. But I'm definitely going to be taking this out of the fucking car when I'm done with the derby. So I just run 2 bolts, thinking one in here, one over there, to mount it to the floor, and it should be perfectly fine. Well, that's how much I have welded now. Not done yet because the fucking welder ran out of goddamn wire. Just kind of want this project to keep going. I'm like starting something and stopping it. It drives me nuts. But yay, that's what I get to do. So yippee! I'll be back when the wire gets changed. It might be tomorrow. Who the heck knows?
One eternity later.
Okay, so it's been a few hours. Obviously, you can tell it's darker. It's actually been quite a few hours, not just a few. Anyway, we got welder back up and running, got the proper wire in it, got some more argon gas for it because it was running out. Now we're gonna get back to welding. Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, there's all of it all welded together. Honestly, some of the welds I'm not very proud of, and some of them I'm really proud of. Like, I really like to look at that one. Mostly just that one. That one isn't horrid. Yeah, I think I'm starting to get this welding thing down. That one's pretty not that horrible. I'm starting to get this welding thing down. I'm going to go get these welds painted now to ensure that the metal obviously doesn't rust away for the derby. Then I'm going to put the battery in here, see if it fits. All right, so I got the box all painted, and then I'll come back tomorrow to test the battery and paint the bottom side since it's already getting pretty dark. It's like, I don't know, 9:20 or something. Anyway, to ensure that I don't get paint smudged and shit, I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow for sure.
It's quite a bit later now. Bottom of the battery box is painted and it's all dry. So now we're going to drill and tap a hole. Self-tapping screws that we're just going to run into the hole. These are 1/4 so we have to drill a 13/64 hole. 1/64 hole. I'm going to drill into here. I'm going to find the center of this thing, drill into here, leave a little bit of the screw poking out so we can run a bungee around the battery, keep it in. I was originally going to do that strip of the HVAC tie down metal. I don't know, I'll put the name up right here. I can't remember what the hell it's called. I was going to originally run that, but then my dad actually had a really good point and said that if the battery gets jostled a little bit, it could short out on that metal, which, yeah, I didn't think about that. So we're going to use a bungee strip that doesn't have metal on it. We got both of the screws all tapped on either side. Now I'm going to drill a hole that's going to be a little bit bigger than a 1/4 inch this time into either side of these to bolt that eventually to the car floor. Okay, so I got the fun holes in there all drilled. My stupid fucking drill popped out of drill for whatever reason. Went to one of the stupid gears, that's why it kept jamming up. Now I'm gonna put a battery in here and see how it looks. This fucking thing's actually the old battery out of my pickup truck. Because, well, I had to change the battery anyway. Might as well use the battery for a derby car so I don't have to spend money on a new battery. My bungee appears to be too long. Better problem than I usually have. Let's stay in there. Jesus, don't fall on me. Yeah, she should stay in there. Just gotta pick it up like that. Ease on Pete. A lot of material in a little tiny area. All right, battery box is done. Okay, so we got the battery box done today, which is honestly which was honestly my goal today. Tomorrow, pretty much gonna be working on it all day. I'd actually get a day off, so again. So I'm gonna be back working on the derby car all day tomorrow. My goal tomorrow is to get the battery completely and totally hooked up and hopefully get started on the fuel system. I gotta do a lot of stuff there, but getting started on it, well, it's a good start. I'm not gonna drop the fuel tank or anything unless I'm somehow able to have time to do that tomorrow. I also want to try to get the rear windshield out, so we'll see if I'm able to do that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but if I am, that'd be absolutely fantastic. My hope is to just get the fine tool all the way along the thing like I did last time, except I don't have that fancy blade like I did last time because I broke it and I haven't ordered a new one, and I kind of want to. So yeah, we'll see if I can do it with the normal fiend tool. I feel like I can. I don't think I need the tool. I think I can do it the old-fashioned way. Anyway, I'm rambling too much, so let's cut to tomorrow. Okay, so it's a new day. Got the derby car out. Back and working on this fucking thing. Gonna start off by getting the battery box in here. But let's start with electrical stuff. So we have to have our battery box in this area somewhere. I was probably gonna put it a little bit closer up into here. And then we have to wire from the terminals up here a line that will go somewhere all the way around here, all the way down into that hole in the firewall right there. So I feel like the best way to do that would be up here, go around up here. Those go to the shock, so that's not going to have any heat going to it. Go up and around down here, probably through some of this crap. Little Mr. Spider, how are you doing today? I'm gonna invade your home with some wire. Up and around here, down, and finally through there, and then into where our battery box will be. Currently we have the battery charging. I put it on not too long ago. Connectors to our battery are the normal post ones, but the ones I bought are to the nut ones, which is good for the battery that already is in there, because then I can just sandwich the two down, put a bolt through it, and just make a connection that way. But to connect to this battery, our new battery, we need something different. So went to the auto parts store, bought these. I just have to cut off those things, and wire these to it, which is pretty simple. And I'm actually kind of glad I did it this way, because it will make it easier to wire the fuel pump directly to the battery. So yeah, let's get these put on that. That might be an electrician. So I started by just getting the wire kind of set in there. I've decided I'm going to run the wire through this way rather than trying to run it through the other way. I figured this way was just easier, and I'm not going to be dragging those connections I just made through all the engine and stuff, getting crap all over it. This will kind of keep them a little bit cleaner and allow me to just get it through. Okay, so now just reach down here, grab them, pull them right on out. Okay, just like that. So now I have to rig the terminals to the engine to these terminals. To do that, I obviously have to get the battery out, but I also have to take this stupid post out, because this is how brilliantly this car is designed, is that you have to take this fucking strut out. And originally, before I tore it out, you'd have to take the windshield washer reservoir that was right over the top of the stupid battery to get the battery out. Only thing you'd have to do that's worse is, on some cars, you have to take the fucking engine out, some of the newer ones. So I gotta give it to Chevy. At least they weren't that insane to fucking make that. Okay, then the next thing I gotta do, I gotta take these little nuts out, which I don't think is too hard. I think I just gotta kind of just pull on them. There you go. Then that comes right. Oh my Lord, have mercy. That's a lot of corrosion. And this one, just do the same. So now, my plan for connecting the two is I'm literally just gonna take a bolt, run it through this thing, run it through that, take two washers, squish them either side, and hold them in place so they touch. Wrap the shit out of electrical tape so they don't accidentally touch each other or touch something and short out the car. And do that. So I got the connections all sealed as best I can. I don't think they're going to be a problem. I think they're far enough apart and there's not enough material around them. And hopefully I did a good enough taping job. I think I did, but the tape's not sticking the way I wish it would. But whatever. Now I'm kind of going to, I think, zip tie these lines together as they run all the way through into the, as they run all the way around through into the firewall. Just so they're not, you know, flying around all over the place. I'm also probably going to zip tie them down to some of these things, some of these other cable connections. Try to keep it off of the hot ass engine is my goal. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so now it's time to get the battery box actually physically in here. I'm thinking I'm gonna put it right up here, kind of keep it out of the weather a little bit by hiding it under the dash. I'm also probably gonna be putting a tarp over the top of it once I actually get it installed, just to make sure kind of water stays off it. I prefer not to have a corroded battery. Plan is I'm just going to set it in here, kind of drill 2 holes in. I have 2 more self-tapping screws I think I'm going to use to kind of just secure it in here. It'd be a lot easier than going underneath the car and running bolts up to it. Although if it does come to that, I can do it. I do have bolts and stuff that I can use to do it. But I'd prefer, honestly, just use the self-tapping screws. But we will see how thick the actual metal is. And on top of that, how rusted it is, because I feel like, just like the driver's side, this side's gonna be pretty rusty as well. After tightening the bolts down a little bit, I think we're all right. So the next thing I want to do, I want to put the battery in here. Then I want to just give it a little bit of a test run. Make sure the engine starts and all that before I do any more to the car. Just simply because if something is wrong with this part, it would be a hell of a lot easier to tell that it's something wrong with this stuff than when I have the fuel tank in here and I'll have all that all torn apart and I'll mess with. Just to be able to tell, oh, there's something wrong right here. I don't have to search for it, which I don't like doing. Okay. Ah, fuck. So hopefully this thing's fully charged. It said it was. Doesn't mean a hell of a lot though. Might have to still jump start this thing. So it's like any other battery. First, turn it around. A wise man once said, design everything as a hammer, as it will be used as such. That sure as shit applies to fucking power tools. Let's see if she starts. I might have to jump start her. Where's my key? There's my key. I might have to jump start her. Yeah, let's go! Electrical system, batteries in the cab, electrical system is complete. I don't have any gas in this thing, so I'm actually gonna shut it off. Okay, so now I got the battery in. The next thing I'm gonna do that I've been kind of dreading and trying not to think about is try to get that back windshield out. Yeah, let's just get to it. Kind of been dreading doing that, but gotta get it done. So basically, we'll try to do the same thing like what we did earlier with the other windshield. But this time, I don't have the fancy ass tool, so I'm just gonna have to use the oscillating tool with the metal blade on it. You know what? Fuck it. I've been wanting to do this for a while now. It's gonna be more of a mess to clean up, but how do I say this? For the fun.
And for the fun.
Like I said, for the fun. That was Fun Strike, actually. That was really fun. Oh, that's such a mess. So this is gonna take a minute. I guess I'll just cut to when all of this is cleaned up. All right, and with that, all the glass is all cleaned up. It took me a while. Went around the edge with the oscillating tool and cut all this glass out. There's still some glass around, but I'll go through probably 2 or 3 more times and get it all cleaned up. I'm just gonna remove these speakers really quick because it's something that, I don't know, I kind of want to just get rid of, since especially now that this is all open. I don't want to accidentally have a short or something. You know, I think they're unplugged. Now, the next and probably the last thing I want to do for today is I want to get the fuel pump rigged up. So what I have to do, I basically have to run a line from those connectors up there on the positive and the negative. That's why I didn't really tighten them down super duper tight when I assembled them in the barn. I have to basically put those on. I have to run them up to a switch, which has to be up here in the dash. Just a power switch to ensure be able to cut power to the car, because it's a fuel injected car and it can apparently run away or whatever. Anyway, basically I have to put a switch on it. So I got an electrical switch, and I'm just gonna probably put it in, I don't know, somewhere around here. Maybe I'll put it under here. I don't really know. I prefer to have it up here. I might take this off and put it, you know, in there where that goes. I'll probably end up doing that. And then I have to basically run the wires down to the fuel pump, which is basically just going to be back here, because the fuel tank's going to be back here. I have an inline fuel pump. I'm probably going to run up to about here, so I'll run the cords basically back to around here. Fuel pump's going to be basically right over here, and then the fuel line is basically going to come down to a metal line, which I'm going to have starting right around here. Then I'm going to run that all the way up pretty far. I might make it all the way metal, all the way up through the firewall, because I have to have a metal piece running through the firewall. That's just code for the Derby. But I might switch it around here to the rubber again, bring it up to there, switch it back to metal, and then I'll switch it back to rubber to get all around in the engine. But first things first, let's get this air conditioning module off. These aren't self-tapping screws. The friggin' plastic is soft enough that they act as sometimes I need a little bit more. What I want to do is I want to strip some of it. Like okay, so that's gonna be it for this episode. We actually got a lot done this episode. I'm pretty happy. Coming up pretty close to the actual race itself, but honestly, I feel like I'm gonna be fine actually getting this done. Only got a little bit left. All we gotta really do is the fuel tank. That's gonna be the hardest part, I feel like, that we have left to do. Then we have painting the car, obviously. We have chaining the door shut, chaining the hood and the trunk shut. We have then we have bracing the outside of the driver's door, padding the driver's door. I feel like we can get a lot of that done tomorrow. I'm gonna try the next episode to get the fuel system done and get the driver's door padded and possibly get the doors chained shut as well. That one wouldn't be too bad. I feel like that one would be pretty simple and straightforward. Pretty much I just got to wrap a chain around and run a bolt through it so it's nice and secure. That would allow me to be able to then reinforce the driver's door and chain the hood and the trunk shut and paint it. So I'll see all you guys in the next episode of this extremely long and extremely complex, and it's not stressful at all or detrimental to my health at all, YouTube series of building a derby car. See you guys later. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DIDNT Builds, and welcome to part 7 of the Demolition Derby Car series. Kind of a little bit of a slower little intro today. Probably will make absolutely nobody watch this video, but whatever. Today we're beginning to work on the fuel system. Now, according to the rules of this derby that I'm going to be entering, I have to remove the main tank. I then have to put a boat type tank, which I have, or an equivalent thereof, into the back passenger seat behind the driver's seat of the vehicle. I then have to run a fuel line that has to be steel going through the firewall, and then connect it back up to the old system. Now, in the last episode, I wired a switch up to the battery. That is then going to run from the switch to the fuel pump, as we have to have a off switch since my car is fuel injected. And according to the rules, if you have a fuel injected car, you have to run a off switch from wherever your power supply is to the fuel pump so you can turn off the fuel pump from inside of the car. So basically what our goals are today is to, one, get a new fuel system all rigged up, including the tank, the fuel pump, which is an inline fuel pump, all the cabling and all that to the engine. It is then to remove the old gas tank because it cannot be anywhere in the car, even if it's not being used. It has to be completely and totally taken out. After that, it is pretty much into the home stretch for this project. I then have to reinforce the driver's door with some steel rectangular stop, which I have behind me. It's a little bit hard to see, but it is back there. I then have to pad the driver's side door, which is probably all I'm going to get to in this episode. I still have a couple more odds and ends to take care of. Obviously, paint the car because I ended up getting a sponsor for this car, so I'm going to have to paint it and then paint the job and put all their logos on it, which is not that big of a deal. After padding the driver's side door, I plan on removing the wheel weights from the tires that are on the car because this car was on the road at one time and they were actually balanced, which is surprising because the rest of this car honestly feels like it's going to fall apart at any moment. But the first thing I have to do is I have to get the gas tank ready to actually hook up to the fuel system. And hopefully, I bought a box of these hose barb fittings, which thanks to the lovely, crappy Chinese quality of a box they use, is now a complete and total fucking mess. Hopefully, one of these barbs will fit into the gas tank I have, and I'll just be able to tie my barb basically onto that tank and run a line off the existing tank. Okay, so this is a fuel tank I have. I have a brand new cap on it, actually. That was like 20 fucking bucks, which is kind of ridiculous. But here is where the fuel, I guess it's supposed to come out of or go into or whatever. Basically, I'm going to try to use one of the barbs I have, hook it into here, and see if it will work. If not, there's another hole here that I still have to plug that I can use perfectly fine. Okay, and I found one that works. Actually, that was like the second one. I'm actually probably not going to edit that because that actually was pretty good. But that is the barb that will work for the fuel tank. Actually works pretty well. So I'm actually going to get some thread sealer thing, some thread tape, whatever the heck it's called. I don't know, it's paint. So basically I'm just going to put that on there and get it in there so it won't leak like a sieve. Because I'm not allowed to have leaking gas, which kind of is understandable. I'm no plumber, but I don't think it's supposed to look like that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go get some new actual tape rather than this compound. Yeah, that doesn't. Even the smell doesn't give me much fucking confidence. So yeah. Alright, and we're back from two different stores because the first one didn't have exactly what I needed. But I got some ratchet straps, those to hold down the gas tank and the cover that's eventually going to go on the gas tank. And then I got some plastic welder because I have to have a cover on that one hole so it's not an open fucking hole in the gas tank because I don't think the judges would really like that. So I'm going to 3D print one and I'm just going to use this plastic welder to weld it shut. Sounds good to me, but I don't know. Then I got some, of course, the stuff I actually went to get, which I almost forgot. The pipe thread compound, and then I just got some more hose clamps and some of the whole pipe straps to hold down the gas lines that are going to be running through the floorboard because I feel like this would be better. Of course, I can just use zip ties, but I feel like this might be a little better. Okay, so the tank has to sit basically behind the driver's seat. Basically right there, actually. That fits surprisingly well, actually. And then the plan is for the ratchet straps basically to run down to this little wall thing, have one run there, pretty much run up to here, have one run from down there, pretty much up to here, I think, to make a cross over it. And then we're just going to lay some rubber mat over the top for our fireproof wall around it, and probably put a strap in around like that to keep the plastic, but to keep the rubber mat down. Pretty simple. So now I guess the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the gas tank secured. I think that will be the best thing to do next because I kind of got to figure out which way the fuel pump is pumping because I bought a cheap one from China because I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money. because this product's already expensive enough. But basically, it's not marked. I believe I know which way it's gonna go, but I'm not 100% sure. So because of that, what I'm gonna quickly do is secure down this tank so I can put a little bit of gas in this thing, so I can get the fuel pump hooked up to here, hooked up to the battery and all that, and just see which way it's gonna pull. I didn't even know this fucking existed, but they do. So, whoops. But I think it's all right. I think I doubt. Yeah, that is no bueno. Let me get some ratchets from my truck and then we'll see if that actually will help, or if it's just a bad spot to even put this. Oh yeah, that fucking thing ain't going nowhere. Holy shit. So now the next thing I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna cut another hole in here and another one in here on the other side before I put gas in it. Because, well, call me a dumbass, but I don't really think it's a good idea to grind in here when there's gas in this thing.
What?
Controversial opinion, I know, guys. I know. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna try to do, I'm just gonna try to get the fuel pump wired up. Okay, so now time to wire this to the pump. Positive is the smaller one, negative is the bigger one. I think the gas is getting sucked in this way and getting spit out that way. Kind of makes more sense that one have a barb because that one's having pressure going out. This one makes more sense because it has a filter in on the inside. I don't know if you can see it. I think you can see it. It's got a filter in there. So I'm going to hook this end up to my tank over there. Then I'm going to just dump, I don't know, a gallon or so of gas in that tank and just see what happens. Okay, so this is what I ended up having to do to the fuel pump. I just soldered the wires on because they weren't sticking on worth the fuck. Yeah, and then I got the hose on, which I don't think that's exactly how I'm supposed to do it. I think I'm supposed to buy another fucking piece, but whatever. It's on, and I'm just gonna hose clamp it twice so it stays on. Basically, I just heated up the hose and shoved it in because it always works that way. I will be coming back later on and probably zip tying it or something right to here. But for right now, this is perfectly fine because I'm just going to take a bucket. I'm going to put a little bit of gas in this thing, take a bucket, put it in that, connect it to the battery, turn this thing on, see if it pumps fuel, and I hope it does because I really don't want to reconnect that again. That was kind of a bitch. So I have this bucket here because I didn't really want a bunch of gas all over the inside of this car. put that in it, so if it turns on, then the gas is just gonna go right in here. I don't have to worry about it. Connect that. Should just... Oh, let's go, buddy. If you're pumping gas, pump a little bit more. Hell yeah, brother. Got it. She works. Beautiful. So now that we know the pump works, it's time to get that secured onto here. And then begin to run pipe all the way along to here, up and under there. I'm going to run metal lines, I think, all the way along here. And then rubber from the pump to the metal. And then I'll have to switch back to rubber, then back to metal, then back to rubber again to get all the way up to the engine. But yeah, let's do it. Okay, so now before I go any further, I'm going to clamp this and down there twice. I don't know if they need to be twice for the regulations, but kind of makes it sound like they have to be. So as to not avoid a problem, I'm just going to hose clamp them twice. All those clamps are on. Now it's time to get that up there. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side by putting 2 hose clamps over the ends of the hose. Okay, so now it's time to do the really hard part, which I probably am not going to show just because of how, like, there's going to be no room for be able to even see. Basically, I have to take that line, I'm going to run it into a rubber line, and then run a steel line, which I have to run through the firewall, and then hook it back up to a rubber line on the other side, which will come out about right in there, and then that will run all the way up to here, where the fuel lines go. I'll probably see you guys once this is all done, because it's gonna take me a minute, and it is gonna be very frustrating, and it is gonna be very tight spaces where you guys won't be able to even see. So I'll just show you guys, right? Holy shit! We got the fuel lines in. I know it's really, really hard for you to see, probably because it's something called fucking night right now. Actually, you can see a lot. Just can't see a lot down there. Okay, anyway, basically, we got the fuel line in. This is the bottom fuel line that is going to be run back to the gas tank, because if you don't, for those that don't know how car works, basically you have 2 fuel lines. One that is feeding it from the gas tank, so that's the one that has the fuel pump in it. That one's feeding into the engine, and then whatever gas doesn't get burned up in the engine, you have another line that feeds gas back out. That's so the engine doesn't become flooded when it's mid-running, and also you're saving a little bit of gas, which is good, because this thing has like 25, like a flow rate of like 25 gallons per hour. So imagine if you had to use 25 gallons of gas per hour in this fucking thing. It'd be like 1 hour driving that's in the thing. So because of that, it runs gas back to the fuel pump, the fuel tank, and it will deposit it back in there. That's why I haven't closed up that second hole yet, because I basically want to put a pipe down into whatever the heck I'm going to cover that hole, which is going to be probably some 3D printed piece I'm going to make in the house real quick. And then basically I'm going to have a fuel pump it, basically I'm going to have a pipe that goes into that, and it'll dump fuel back into the tank, so it's not, wasting a whole bunch of gas. And also because that's the only way you're able to do it, because that's how the engine works. So yeah, tomorrow I gotta go to the hardware store, auto parts store. I gotta get more of this fuel line, and basically I just gotta get more of that fuel line. And then we're gonna do the same I did in here. You really can't see that. Okay, basically there's a steel tube, and then it runs from that plastic one that's down there back to a steel one, back to that rubber one. So I gotta get 10 more feet of that rubber shit, and I have enough of the steel stuff. Then I'm gonna basically run the line back around down into the tank, and we will be golden for the fuel system after I drop the old fuel tank, which I'll also try to do tomorrow, which probably will be the hardest part to do, is to drop that old fuel tank, but here's hoping it's not that bad. So yeah, I will see all you guys tomorrow for me, but like right now for you. So okay, and it's the next day. That was really easy. Definitely didn't spend almost an hour yesterday cleaning everything up. Anyway, last night I 3D printed a little part for the gas tank, which it should just go in there perfect. Actually, just go in there perfectly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this steel line that it should basically fit right into that hole, and I'm going to cut a little bit off, stick it into that piece, and that's going to be the end of our return line to the gas tank. And then I have this black plastic welder that we'll take the two pieces of plastic together so it doesn't move around, and then probably put a bunch of that around the pipe so it doesn't leak either. Okay, so unfortunately I accidentally screwed up and I made my tolerance a little bit too small on the inner circle, but just after taking the drill and drilling it out a little bit, if it's fine. Now I want to epoxy this into the center of the part. I think this stuff will be fine. I think this will be fine just going to the metal as well. If it does anything, it just holds it. Should be more than enough for what I need for the moment. It definitely has a 5-minute working time, so I kind of gotta go a little bit quicker. Then you gotta wait only a couple minutes and it should be set up. So while that's all setting up, I'm going to I'm going to resume working on this. Basically just going to do exactly what is done along here. But since you guys have already seen me do the one in the cab, I'm just going to skip forward. Ha! Look at that. Okay, so now those hoses are in. Those are in as well. I also zip tied them all together to make them all a little bit cleaner. Now it brings us down to here. I have to basically get that one piece I just made just kind of epoxied in here, and then use this hose to connect that and that other metal piece that's gonna be sticking out in here together. So first thing I gotta do is I gotta undo this ratchet strap, and then I have to get that piece epoxied and dropped in here, and then connect the hose. Okay, then I'm just going to use this rest to seal all the way around it. Now I have no more use for this gas tank. Well, obviously I'm going to use it if I do another derby. I'm going to obviously reuse it. But as of now, I currently don't have, you know, like it's not like I'm going to put it on a boat or anything like that. Okay, so she is all epoxied in there, nice and good. She definitely will not be coming out. I don't really give a crap, it's not 100% straight. I think it's straight-ish. Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough for government work. So now, once, I gotta wait like 10, 15 minutes or so, wait for that to all harden up. Then we can connect the two together. I just don't really want to play with that until it's all hardened. Wait a minute till that's hardened, then we connect that to that. Okay, so it's been probably about 20, 30 minutes or so. This is all dry, and it's nice and hard.
That's what she said.
It's not moving around at all. So now it's time just to hook up this hose to each end, and the fuel system for in here will be all run. Then I have to go underneath the car and have to drop the fuel tank. Okay, and that's the new fuel system theoretically done. We'll see if it's actually done when I actually get the car turned on and check to make sure this is all worked, but I need to drop the old fuel tank before I can even begin to think about starting the car. Because if I start the car now, obviously the old fuel pump is still hooked up to the engine, so it will start just squirting fuel all the way out because it'd still be powered like it's a normal trying to start. And I can't turn the fuel pump on to test, make sure all the hose connections are good, because then I'll flood the engine because this is hooked up to the engine right now. So next thing I gotta do is I have to get rid of the old gas tank underneath the car. And well, to be honest, this is the part of the car I've kind of been dreading up to this point, is to get this fuel tank out. It does not look very fun. Let me show you why. Basically, that right there, that is the fuel tank. There are two straps that run around it that basically hold it up in place. As you can tell, everything is rusted to shit under here, so hopefully it will be easy, but I highly doubt it will. I assume what I have to do is I have to cut those two straps off and drop the tank. I've never actually dropped a gas tank before, but first things first, I gotta jack the car up and actually get a closer view of what I'm dealing with here. I guess let's just start cutting on it. I'm probably not going to record this just because it's how did I say this? Sketchy as hell, and I don't have to worry about something else. So, yeah, I'm probably just going to set you up somewhere and put you on a time lapse. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have great fucking news. This actually came out really, really easy, if you couldn't tell in the time lapse. Gas tank's out, muffler's out, that thing's out. I even got a fucking control, whatever the hell, computer gas bullshittery out. And we have the dangerous and the sketchy part done with, I think, which is absolutely fantastic. So now I'm going to finish getting that taken off. All these lights and wires and stuff back here, all I got to get taken off. I'll just do that real quick. Okay, so I just cleaned up that wiring there. Now, I kind of want to see if this thing will run. Okay, so theoretically speaking, this should all work. Connect the positive terminal. Connect negative terminal. Both are good. Flip that to on. Fuck yeah! Hell yeah, bro! She works like a beauty! Holy shit! So I got a little bit of a fuel leak on that one. Other than that, the rest of them look good. It's just that one. Oh, she died. Probably is out of gas. Those look like they're probably fine. Oh yeah, they're fine. I don't feel any gas on them. And those are fine. Got it to work. Okay, so I identified one of the leak in those hose clamps right there. So I'm just gonna get those tightened really quick, and hopefully that's all the problems I have. I'm gonna put a little bit more gas in my tank because I ran out of gas. That's why it kind of died real quick on me. So yeah. Okay, so I got this. I discovered another leak back here where that plastic cracked. I got that patched. I tightened down those hose clamps up there. See if she'll run for a little bit longer. I also put more gas in it. Time. Okay, she's idling, so that's good. So I took her for a little bit of a spin, and honestly, she works really fucking good. So now, next thing I want to do today, I want to get the rubber, kind of the EDM rubber, basically spread over this gas tank. The rules state you have to have a cover over a fireproof cover over your gas tank. So I'm just going to try to use a piece of EDM rubber, spread it over it, run a couple of ratchet straps, and hopefully that'll hold it. I just need it to be held down a little bit so it doesn't flop around during the race. Okay, so we got the fuel tank covered in this fireproof stuff. It's not like fully covered. It's not fully covered, but I think for what I need to do with it, it will be fine. So yeah, now the next thing I want to do is I want to take them little lights out because they're still like lighting up and working and stuff, and I don't think that they'll like that. So I'm just going to cut those out real quick. So now it's time to begin to work on the driver's side door. Is we got to bolt that, we got to cut that piece of steel pretty much in half, bolt it onto the door in two different places, one up top, one down below. Okay, so I was able to get the one on the car, which is all good. Then just tomorrow I have to go get a bigger piece for up here. Get that put on the car. A pad, the driver's side door, I got a pad all in here, and I got a pad all up around here so that, you know, my head don't bang into the side of this. I probably will put some up around in here on the door as well to just pad it a little bit more. Make the people that are looking at the damn thing happy. So I'll see you guys tomorrow after I get more steel.
Tomorrow.
Okay, so it's the next day. I got another piece of steel at, went to another steel place not too far from me, so I got another piece of steel to put onto the side of the car. I also already drilled holes into it and got it cut down since I already did that yesterday. And then I also went ahead and padded the inside of the driver's door. Since that's got to go all padded, I also put some padding around the roll cage and up on the side. So I'm just going to get this put onto the car real quick. Let's just get that put on the car real quick. All right, and that's on. So now the next thing I got to do is I got to take these little wheel weights off all the little tires. That's just basically because they don't want wheel weights, because if a tire goes out, they don't want it to be like a fucking shotgun slug going up in the crowd. So I just got to take a grinder, grind them off real quick, and pull them right out. Got to do that on all four tires. All right, just like that, ladies and gentlemen, all of the wheel weights are off all the tires. Now, next thing I gotta do is gotta chain the hood and the trunk shut. So I just gotta cut a hole up in here and over in here and somewhere underneath here and underneath here, just to run a chain through, and then use a little bolt and bolt them both shut. Okay, we got the hood all nice and secured down. Now it's time for the back for the trunk. Okay, so unfortunately I need a little bit more, just like a little tiny connector piece in here. Like only like 3 or 4 chain links worth. So I'm gonna go back to the hardware store and get more, a little bit more chain, and a couple more bolts and stuff to put those two together. And then I also need to get like 4-foot pieces for going around here. I didn't think I need 4-foot pieces, but I do. So I'll have to go get some, and I'll be right back. So before I go to the hardware store, I'm going to actually get the chains done on either ones of these doors so that I don't have to worry about it anymore. And if something's wrong with it, then I can just go back to it. Then I can just get stuff at the hardware store to fix it. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I went to a hardware store, got more chains. So I got 1-foot pieces to span that gap so that it will hold it better. And I got 4-foot long pieces to go around in here to hold all that together. And then, honestly, that's all of the real big mechanical stuff I got to do to this car. That, ladies and gentlemen, that is the last of the things we're going to be even adding to this car. There's one last little thing I want to do before we say we're done, though. I just got to cut this parking brake line. It's, well, it ain't attached to anything anymore. And it's just got to go so it's not dragging on the ground. Or actually, so I tied in a knot around itself. Hopefully it'll stay there. I'm just going to take a grinder real quick and just kind of cut it right here. There's just these couple of lines that will run to the fuel tank, part of the fuel system that no longer exists. So I'm gonna cut those right off. Ladies and gentlemen, the car is freaking done. Hell yeah. Well, we gotta do one more very, very big, very, very important step. Gotta paint it. But that will be in the next episode. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much for watching the series so far. We have a somewhat 99% complete derby car. So that's awesome. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.